What's going on, everybody? Today I'm going to give you my review of the latest Shudder original film, Elevator Game. And this is a supernatural horror movie based on the actual online phenomenon of the elevator game, where people board an elevator in an attempt to enter another dimension based on rules that they found online. But before I get into it, welcome back to The Haunted Beard. Thank you for joining me. It's all horror and thriller movie content here on my channel, and listen, do not hit that subscribe button unless you want to be haunted by the beard. The movie opens with a decent enough scene of this teenage girl, high school girl, who goes into an elevator and plays the game, and of course it turns out to be very real. Then we are introduced to our main cast of characters, who are these high school graduates. And wouldn't you know, they run their own YouTube channel where they do sort of paranormal investigation, ghost hunter type stuff, making a show out of all sorts of weird, bizarre, paranormal, supernatural stuff. And somebody brings an idea to them about the elevator game, and there's your movie. My main issue with Elevator Game is that this is a 90-minute feature-length film that really has no business being a feature-length film. This would be much better suited in like a 30-minute TV episode. There's just not enough story here to go around, and I really feel like a lot of this movie just gets really repetitive, as for the most part, really all this is our cast of characters just continually playing the elevator game over and over. That's really all there is to it. There's not a whole lot more to it. I was kind of hoping that they would go into a little bit more of the background and the lore behind it, and we barely really get any of that. There's kind of like a 60-second exposition scene where one of the characters basically just gets on her laptop and Googles some stuff, reads an article, and then just dumps the background and why this is all happening and tells us the brief history behind it, and that's really all you get. So there's not really any more depth or mystery to the whole story and everything that's happening. The characters here are all pretty basic and generic, and some of it really kind of plays into some of the late teen, early 20 stereotypes with just some cringiness, and it's these kids just kind of whining and complaining about how difficult and unfair their lives are, which was pretty annoying. There is a few sequences of some pretty decent atmosphere, but I feel like the film really kind of missed out on that for the most part, as a lot of the movie I feel like is just really bright and well lit and just looks really nice and polished, which was kind of an odd choice. I felt like I was watching like a TV commercial almost in some parts of it. It's just like so well lit and clean looking. Also too, something that was really weird was, as I was watching the movie on Shudder, spoiler right there in the synopsis right from Shudder that gives away this reveal in the movie, which was kind of bizarre and sort of a bummer. The look of the creature that they unleash out of the dimension isn't too terrible looking. It's a little bit creepy. It's nothing really too original, though. It kind of reminded me of the girl from The Ring, so, you know, it's all right. I was hoping at least that the movie could redeem itself a little bit with giving us some pretty cool and gnarly kills, but we don't really get much of that either. There's one kill that's decent, but nothing really that we haven't seen before. For the most part, this is all just pretty standard, generic fare that any horror film fan, beyond just sort of a casual horror movie fan, this is going to be something that you have seen done many, many times before, and there's just not really much here that I found very effective or worthwhile. And I'll also say too, and I'll keep this part vague because it alludes to the ending of the movie, but there's this part where two characters have to figure something out, and the way they figure this thing out and what exactly is used to sort of give them this information is very silly and ridiculous. So like I said, this would have just been way more effective and way better suited to like a 30-minute TV episode, they could have cut it down to that length and really sort of amped up and gave us some gnarly kills. It could have been a pretty fun little TV episode. But as it sits, there's just not really much here that I think is worthwhile. So I wouldn't really recommend this one. I think for me personally, I'm going to be like a 4 out of 10 for Elevator Game. So those are my thoughts. Hit me up down below, though. Would love to hear your thoughts and opinions on the movie. If you liked it, if you didn't like it, let me know down below. That is all I have for you. Thank you so much for watching. I greatly appreciate it. And like always, I'll see you next time on The Haunted Beard.